What would you do if a tyrant, bent on marrying your mother against her will, sent you on an impossible quest? A quest to bring back the head of a woman cursed to be a monster, whose terrifying gaze turns the bravest of men to stone. Well, that's exactly what happened to a young hero named Perseus. And the tragic figure at the heart of his mission? The one and only Medusa. This is a story about a hero's journey, a monster's tragedy, and a whole lot of meddling from the gods. Our story begins on the island of Seriphos, where a young Perseus lives with his mother, Danae. The island's ruler, King Polydectes, is a cruel man who wants Danae all to himself. But Perseus, now a strong young man, was the only one standing in the king's way. To get Perseus out of the picture, Polydectes cooked up a nasty plan. He announced a huge feast, demanding every guest bring him a horse as a gift. Perseus, who was broke, showed up empty-handed. This was the moment Polydectes was waiting for, and he publicly shamed him. Stung by the insult, Perseus proudly declared he'd bring the king any gift he wanted. The king named his price, the head of the only mortal Gorgon, Medusa. This wasn't just a quest, it was a death sentence aimed at a woman who'd already suffered a terrible fate. The quest seemed impossible, but Perseus wasn't just any mortal. He was a son of Zeus, and the gods of Olympus were watching. So, he prayed for help, and luckily for him, his divine family was listening. His half-siblings, Hermes and Athena, showed up with a care package from the gods. Hermes, the messenger god, lent Perseus his own winged sandals for flight and an unbreakable sword. The grim lord of the underworld, Hades, offered up his helm of darkness, a cap that makes its wearer totally invisible. And his biggest champion, the goddess Athena, the very same goddess whose rage had created Medusa in the first place, gave him two crucial items: a bronze shield polished to a mirror-like shine, and a special bag called a kibisis to safely carry the head. Now, decked out with god-tier loot, Perseus' first problem wasn't Medusa, it was finding her. Athena told him to find the Graeae, the ancient sisters of the Gorgons. These three old women lived in total darkness and shared a single eye and a single tooth between them. Perseus flew to their cave and found them passing the eye from one to another. As one sister held it out for the next, Perseus swooped in and snatched it right out of the air. Blinded and panicked, the Graeae begged for their eye back. Perseus laid out his terms. "Tell me how to find Medusa, and you get your eye back." Left with no choice, they told him exactly where the Gorgons lived. Following their directions, Perseus found the Gorgons' lair. He knew he was in the right place because the entrance was a tragic sculpture garden of men and animals turned to stone, victims of a curse Medusa never asked for. Inside, he found the three Gorgon sisters asleep. Two were immortal, but his target, Medusa, was not. This was it. How do you kill something you can't even look at? Remembering Athena's advice, he put on the helm of darkness to become invisible. Then, looking only at Medusa's pained reflection in his polished shield, he moved backward toward the sleeping figure. Floating silently on his winged sandals, he hovered over Medusa, her famous hair, a nest of writhing, hissing snakes, a constant, living reminder of her punishment. Guided by Athena's hand, a final grim irony, Perseus raised his sword. With one clean strike, he severed her head. In that same instant, two beings sprang from her neck, the winged horse Pegasus and the giant Chrysaor, her children by the god Poseidon. They were the secret legacy of the moment that had caused a jealous Athena to curse her. Wasting no time, Perseus scooped the still lethal head into the kibisis. The Gorgon's terrible power was now his weapon. Her immortal sisters woke with screams of rage, but Perseus, still invisible, flew from the cave and left them behind. When Perseus got back to Seriphos, he found his mother, Danae, hiding in a temple from the still harassing King Polydectes. Perseus marched straight into the king's hall, where Polydectes and his cronies were feasting. Polydectes saw him and just laughed, assuming he'd come back defeated. Perseus announced, "I have the gift you asked for." Then, he pulled Medusa's head from the bag, unleashing her tragic power one last time. The king and his entire court looked up, and in an instant of horrifying justice, they were all turned to solid stone. His mother was safe. The tyrant was defeated. Perseus had done the impossible. He won not just with muscle, but with cleverness and a whole lot of divine help. He honorably returned the magical gifts to the gods, and in a final act of cold victory, he gave the head of Medusa to Athena. She placed it on her shield, the Aegis, forever wearing the face of the woman she had wronged as a symbol of her own terrifying power. If you loved this dive into the complexities of Greek mythology, hit that like button and subscribe for more stories of gods, heroes, and monsters. And drop a comment below telling us which myth we should tackle next.